What's up and welcome to my channel, E Smells Good. I'm E. I hope you're smelling good, but more importantly, I hope you're feeling good too. In today's video, I'm not bringing you any sort of official review. I just want to share an experience that I had this week with a couple fragrances from the house of Alexandria. So I have two fragrances here. One is called The Runway, and this is going to be their take on Reflection Man from Amouage. The second is called Amber Night, and this is their take on Ombre Nuit from Dior. Now, I got these in a sample set that I had ordered last year, probably last spring, so almost a year ago. Everything in there I love, and if I'm being honest, I had to stop myself from ordering full-size bottles of all of them. These two in particular, I noticed that although they were very close to the fragrances they were replicating, and I did do side-by-side comparisons, not on screen. I had it started recording things at that time, just literally chilling in my bedroom, sniffing both my hands, comparing scents. But I did the side-by-side comparison, and I noticed that the longevity on the Runway and Amber Night weren't the best. They weren't terrible. I was getting maybe like 4, 5, maybe 6 hours, but it didn't bother me too much. I would just keep the little atomizer in my pocket. I'd go somewhere. If I couldn't smell it anymore, I'd refresh, and that's how I was rocking out with it. But I put them away. I have like a little caddy where I keep all my samples and decants. I left it and just kind of forgot about them for a while. Fast forward to this week. I'm looking for a scent that I want to put on for work. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I want something floral, but I want something still a bit masculine. And I go to reach for my travel size of Reflection Man, and I thought about the Runway. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reach for the Runway. I don't know what made me do that, but I just decided to reach for the Alexandria version. I spray this on, I go to work, and I mean, it just smells beautiful around me. It's extremely close to the original Amouage, but I would say it's a little denser, and I think that's because it is a parfum extrait, which is part of the reason I was so confused as to why it didn't perform very well. I go to work, I'm chilling in the break room. One of the nurses walks by and she goes, "Wow, you smell good." I'm like, okay. Someone can smell it off of me. No one has to, get right in my neck to smell it, so that's good. And as the day goes on, I keep getting just beautiful wafts of the Runway. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't remember having this level of a scent bubble around me the last time I wore this. The day keeps going, and consistently throughout the whole day, there's this nice scent bubble. I'm leaving trails everywhere, and I'm thinking, the performance on this has gotten better. So I clock out of work, head over to my girlfriend's place. I greet her at the door, we hug. She's burying her nose in my neck, and she's like, "Oh, you smell so good." And I'm thinking to myself, there is no way that girl is smelling the fragrance that I sprayed on at 6 o'clock this morning. It had been 14 hours. So basically, the longevity and performance of this one had essentially doubled over the year that this thing had sat on my dresser. And I see people talk about maceration and you gotta let the fragrance sit and all that kind of stuff. And I've heard specifically that that's true for Alexandria. But I just thought that it was insane for the longevity, or at least the perceived longevity for me, to have gone up that much. That brings me to Amber Night. So after that experience with the Runway, I thought to myself, well, maybe I should give Amber Night another chance. That day, just like the Runway, I'm getting beautiful wafts of this fragrance all day, which is personally what I love most about fragrance. It's one thing to get complimented by the people around you, but for me, I love to smell the scent on myself. I get done with work, I head to the gym, and I can easily say I was around the 9 to 10 hour mark and still noticing wafts of this fragrance. Now, once I got ready to start my workout, I did spray on a different fragrance. So I'm honestly not sure how long this one did last. If I hadn't sprayed something else on top of it, maybe I would have known. But easily I was getting to that 8 to 10 hour mark and still getting little hints and little wafts of it. So for sure, the performance of this one also potentially doubled. And the internal dialogue that sparked with me about these scents is, do I want the originals? Now with Reflection, man, that one it's a pricey scent. You know, usually I see it anywhere from 170 to maybe $200 at discount sites, which of course, if you budget, save your money, very doable. But the performance of that one, on me at least, I never get more than 6 to 8 hours, which it's good. You know, that's not bad. But just knowing that there's something out there that smells almost identical to my nose and gets 12 to 14 hours of longevity with 8 to 10 hours of strong sillage and projection, it makes me kind of wonder, do I want the original or do I want the runaway? Now with Ombre Nuit, the price gap is even larger. A 50 mil of that is going to go for $220. And I believe the 100 mil goes for $330. And that's one that you typically don't find at discount sites. So I really did kind of just sit and have the conversation with myself of, if I could afford Ombre Nuit, do I get that one for $200 to $300, knowing that I only smell it on myself for 4 to 6 hours? Or do I go with Amber Night and get a good 8 to 10 hours? Now, at the end of the day, I am a collector, and there's always going to be something in me that wants the original DNA, that wants the original presentation, and to see that Amouage or see that Dior Privé bottle on my shelf. But I do think that at some point in life, I do want the original, but with the way these Alexandrias are performing and how close they get to the original DNA, I think it would be a long time before I ever felt like I really needed to add the original to my collection. But I'm not making this video to make any kind of a statement about buying clones over the originals or anything like that. I'm genuinely just sharing some of the thoughts that went through my head as I retried these scents. And I'm really curious to know what you guys think and how you guys feel. Would you guys buy the more expensive original fragrance, or would you go for a clone that's a fraction of the price and performs leaps and bounds better? I definitely think that price is a big factor in why people seek out houses like this, but I also think performance is a big factor as well. So I am really curious, would you guys prefer to have the original scent even if it didn't perform well? Or would you go for a clone over that you know has better performance and better longevity? Overall, at least where I'm at right now, I can't make up my mind. But I do know I am really enjoying these impressions from Alexandria, both for the quality of the scent, but especially the performance that I'm getting out of them. But that's gonna be it for this video of me just rambling a bunch of random thoughts that I had in my head this week. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let's get a conversation started. I really am curious what you guys think and how you guys feel about originals versus clones when it comes to performance. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does so much to support the channel. And until next time, peace.